Hello everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of our 3-part series. In part 1 we were talking about Amazing Grace and some common gospel voicings for that. In this part we're going to be talking about epic patches for church music. We have Brandon Forte on keys, he's the MD at Unity Church. And then my other friend on keys is Cooper Allen, he's a jazz degree from Cal State Long Beach as well as I. And we're just going to be exchanging like notes basically about different patches that you can be using in church. So I hope you all enjoy.
Hi, this is part 2 of the video. Now we're going over sounds and palettes and all that, right?
So what do you use?
So I use a lot of stuff depending on different situations. So if I'm doing R&B, I am more of a main stage guy, okay? So I like having my songs laid out, having sounds laid out, and being able to move between one and the other. It's not so straightforward like, you know, what we're about to talk about. In church, it's really only two different types of layers I would do. So I have a praise patch and I have a worship patch. And depending on the song, like the patches will commingle sometimes depending on like the sounds that are in each song. I have gotten better with that, but normally if it's upbeat praise song, if it's slow song, worship song, no matter what. But because kind of all that has kind of changed, I approach that different. But yeah, I'm just going to show y'all kind of what I have here. So I pulled some up here real quick.
Well, first off, to back up.
Yes.
We never use the onboard sounds of any keyboard, right? Always MIDI?
So at my so at my church, I have a MOXF8.
Motif, right?
Yes. Motif. I have that there. If I've used it for like a billion years, and because sounds have changed and sounds have evolved, you know, everybody's on this like Nord craze. Nord is of the Lord. The red keyboard is great. So everybody's kind of like on that craze and going towards that sound now. And so my board unfortunately feels dated. They've updated. They got like a Modi XA, but like my ear with, you know, has gotten so better when it comes to like pianos and EPs and all that I feel like you should just play the best thing that's possible. Now every situation is different, you know, whether you're doing a recording or whether you're doing like a live concert or whether you're, you know, whether it's church, like every situation is different. So to answer the question, yes, there are times to where I will just stick to I'll just stick to the board, because I tried to run Omnisphere like 2 weeks ago and tried to mix it with the Yamaha stuff, and I just didn't like how the piano set with other sounds, so I just said forget it and we'll just run the board. And I have my same patches set in there, and I'm happy and I'll go. But normally I'll use like computer stuff just because sonically it's much better than what keyboards will give you right now, unless, you know, you go to a Nord or Chord. Even Yamaha, I've played Yamaha so long, I'm kind of like tired of the sound, honestly. Sorry, Yamaha, I love y'all. I really do. Thank you for the motif. But I want a more realistic sound now. And so even with the thing with the Nord, like Nord is great when it comes to pianos and EPs and stuff. The strings and the pads just aren't that strong to me unless you get in there and like craft that. And I don't like that. I just like the ease of just, I need to pull a patch up. Yeah. Oh, it lays really well. Like that's what I need. So I'm really trying to get into chord right now. Rolling to me is, I don't know what they're doing with the pianos and the EPs, but they just are like terrible. But the synth stuff is amazing. So it's like every company does something different. And even if you like walk into a lot of churches, you'll see like they'll have racks of every company in you know, and using it in service. And I think that's a good thing as well. But just for me, I like the ease of just opening up my laptop and using what I like. And so I just pulled up something that I would use in like a normal church circumstance, right? These are like normal church patches. And so I have a mix of the two, and I know Gabe will probably give y'all links. And so this is an old library from VGSG Music called, I think it's called like Gospel Essentials or something. And so it's basically like pianos and strings and all that, like stuff you would normally use.
So what is this app called?
Oh, so this is Contact. I'm using Contact 6. So solo all the patches, right? So this is like the normal gospel grand. So that's that power grand patch off of the the motif. It's really cool, and what I like about this one, others have done it. Gospel musicians have done it as well, but I like this because it allows me. I can use this for worship, but I can also use it if I need to cut through. If I need to cut through, I can. So that's what I like about this piano, that I can lay or it just cuts through, right? So that's the piano. The EP I have is EP2. It's from a site called Pretty Simple Music. They have patches on. They have patches on there. Yeah, and yo.
Are they free?
No, they're not free.
No, they're not free.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
They're not free, but they're very cost effective. I think they're like, if you catch a sale, like a 50% off, you can buy these patches for like $10. Like they're really legit. But this is their version of like a MKS20. So, and I like that too because if you listen to, oh well, unfortunately, if I blow it up, like it's really just a sample. So that's why I didn't blow it up. But yeah, they just sampled it and have it in this format. Okay. And to theirs, everybody has done it. Like I can show you like multiple MKS20s. Shoot, Spectrasonics has done one. Gospel Musicians has done one. 50 million people has made an EP, but I just like this one the best because it has that low end. I know you probably don't. We can't hear it in here, but you'll probably hear it on video. It has that low end that you want, and then it has the bell I like. Some EP2s, and if you play a real rack, like it's not really belly, it's more suitcasey, so it's more. But I like the bell on this, so that's what I use for my EP. And then if I go to the string, this is Pretty Simple Music Q. This is called their Lush string, and I really like this because if you hear other string patches, they're kind of straight, right? Like you get but this one has that little whine as if like a violin player is playing it. Yeah, so I really like that. And then, I mean, everybody knows the analog pad, right? You've heard this at least once. In your life. I started with this pad, and I've kind of developed into other pads. Like I really like whatever. CCM has this pad where it's like it's really dense, but it has like this sparkle at the top. I don't want to call it a shimmer pad because it's not that, but it's almost like. Just pretend like you were like in the Rockies or whatever, and you go outside and you see the mountains. Like that's the type of pad that they have, and I'm searching for that sound. But until then, this is kind of what I use, and some pads mix well with certain pianos and EPs, and others don't. Right? Then we have something called the Hugo Saw. Right? It'll be Hugo based if you get like a 5080, 1080, 3080. Right? Right? So it's although it's a bass, you hear it. But in gospel context, we kind of use it as a synth sound, and it'll be layered with a patch. Although I have this is the J Brass from Roland 2. It'll be layered with a Profi Brass from Yamaha, but I'm gonna play the J Brass. Although it sounds crazy and it'll sound like that once I layer everything together. So
you don't use these patches individually, right?
No, absolutely not. No, yeah. Everything's layered together. So that's what I'm going to do now. So if I were to make a praise patch, for example, my praise patch would be, and this is important too, making sure that your layers are like consistent. So let's start with the piano. And then I will bring the EP in. And it just all depends, right? Because sometimes you want to hear the EP sing more. And sometimes you want to hear the piano more. It just depends on your flavor. But I'm creating praise, so I want the EP more. And then let's drag in these strings. Right, so now I got my top end. Let's drag in the Hugo. A little bigger. And then once I drag this in. So this would be my praise patch. So we were doing a song after you. Right, so that would be my praise patch, okay? So then if I were to back all that off, and if I just wanted a worship patch, okay? I'm gonna do it the other way this time. And then I'll bring in my pad. See how that sounds? It lays real nice.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And if you want some high end, bring in the strings.
That's what you play like behind the bishop, huh? At the beginning of when he starts preaching.
Yeah. And it depends too where we're coming off of. So if I want the piano, we can bring the piano in.
Oh, that's nice. So I see you just have like your you have your essential like ones that you use and you kind of just mix around with
Yes.
blending them.
So if the situation is not that serious, then this is the layer I'll go to. But for a more serious situation, I'm gonna open up main stage. I know we talked about it, but let's open it up real quick. And I can show you what I run. I think it's this one.
So you have Contact, Omnisphere, Main Stage.
Yeah,
These are all different.
All different things, all different. Yeah, because I'm always moving from like one thing to the next. So yeah, that's like my get down. I say for me, I like separating out types of sounds and try to get the best version for you.
Wow, that was a lot of information. Super helpful though. So I hope that y'all enjoyed that. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them down below. I will try to respond to every single person who leaves a comment. And yeah, I'm good friends with both of these amazing players, so I can certainly talk to them and get responses and let you all know down in the comments. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them.